Welcome to Nerd Index. The finale for Arifureta Season 3 aired this week, so we're going to give our thoughts on it. If you skip the assault at the end of Episode 3 and pretend it didn't happen, then I would say that this was a fairly tame season, and it almost felt like filler in a way. But I guess nothing would really beat the drama and shock factor of Season 1.
This season really did kind of feel like a setup for the end.
It's like, obviously, you need to do the important things that we did do, it's just I don't think that you needed to do it across 16 episodes. The first half focused on the rabbit tribe establishing more dominance in the geopolitical environment. Shia is now officially accepted as a uniquely special person to Hajime, and the second half of the season focused on finishing the last two great labyrinths and collecting ancient magic. It was kind of funny too, because I don't remember Tio being this font of knowledge in previous seasons, but that could just be because we didn't rewatch them before this one. But it literally felt like every time they ran into something, she just became an encyclopedia to tell them exactly what was going on and how to deal with it.
She has strong magic that she shows off sometimes, but it felt like the show was using this as a way to include her in fights, as she didn't seem to engage in the combat as much.
Be too OP otherwise. To explain more into why it felt like a filler season, this is because a lot of things just dragged on for way too long. That's also why it was a little confusing that they insisted on it being 16 episodes.
I'm okay when shows want to do extra outside of the standard 12-ish episodes, but this season did feel like it could have done with 4 less episodes and a bit more focus.
Like in one of the labyrinths, they were fighting a swarm of cockroaches, and I swear to God, the one fight lasted an entire episode. Literally just fighting cockroaches. And then in the other labyrinth, they had to fight evil clones of themselves, and instead of fighting as a group or doing it as a montage, it was literally like every character had an episode to fight their inner self. Except for Ryutaro. Oh my god, Ryutaro. It's like, no. Except for Ryutaro, who got yada yada'd over in both labyrinths, which was kind of funny. He just showed up and it's like, oh, it's over, I'm fine.
Yeah, it was very long to have each character have their moment, but I also think I preferred it over that if they had cut back and forth between all the fights over the same amount of episodes, allowing us to really focus on the development of each character. And I hope this character development for each of them pays off in the next season, when it seems like the heroes party is going to be even more of a focus.
With that in mind, I think at that point they could have just focused on Yue's fight from our team instead of everybody's, because she was the only one that had like a breakthrough, and then the heroes party, like you said, because they actually had important moments for themselves in that fight. Overall, it felt like the classic issue of an anime that's been running for too long and has too many characters in the main group now to deal with. With everything that they set in place this season, I feel like they could very easily conclude the story with one more season. Realistically, we just have to fight the demons, deal with Eri, and go home.
I'm excited to see if we get an Isekai where the characters actually get to go home after conquering the world, if that does happen.
Especially considering most of them just forget about home after an episode or two. So overall, this show was a 7 out of 10.